left-hander, especially after the exquisite drive in the last over.
You can just see short third man on the right side of your shot there. The gully's gone into cover, and as you mentioned, that deep cover point is on the rope. And there's someone bowling to his field. Good amount of away swing there from Birrell. He's swinging it with the wind. And that'll be a very promising sign for him. Anishan Pandey will be slightly worried. But this, at least that protection allows him just to hover it outside that off stump and hopefully build up some pressure.
Yeah, some really good tactic here. Backed up with equally some brilliance in the ball. It's what you want to be doing. Good line and length. If anything, I would love to see another second slip in there.
Mm-hmm.
With that level of movement that he's getting, bounce.
Oh, blimey. Great stop from Dunford. I was just thinking where you could find that second slip from. And as I saw the ball go down the leg side, all of a sudden, I think fine leg's probably got to stay there. But fine leg would have been my thought. If Birrell was confident enough to hold it outside the line of off stump, there's where you could find your second slip.
Yeah, for me, I would have probably gone mid-wicket coming across and mid-on going slightly wider, especially if the swing is there. If that delivery is there and he's targeting the pads, I'd love to go 7-2 field as opposed to 6-3 with mid-on going wide around. But equally, if he's going to hold that line, doing really well so far.
Yeah, and it's one thing, if anything, we've seen a slight difference between the two bowling sides is that Nepal have been happier and more confident to stay aggressive, being more aggressive and for longer, keep the extra catches in. But this is good areas here from Birrell. And Pandey struggling to get him away.
Yeah, his options are minimal at the moment. Where he really wants to be doing is driving through cover and extra cover, which is a high risk option right now with the ball moving so much. He's just got to be patient and wait for a moment of error from the bowler.
Chance. Oh, she's just gone past the stumps. That would have been very close. Well, backed up in the end by Patrick Googe. He seems to be everywhere. The young man. And the pass at 26 for 1, which feels a good comeback after being 3 for 1 in the second over. You see some children playing in the nets at long on. And again, Birrell is bowling well to this field. That's where he needs to hold it. And Pandey, it's now going to be a test of patience. How many times can he let a wide ball just go past? How long can he stay patient?
And from my perspective, the longer he stays in, the longer I would keep on Birrell. Bowling really well from that end.
There is a shot. I don't think Jersey will mind that. That shows that their plan's working. That Isham Pandey let the moment get the better of him and went out for an aggressive shot. It worked a treat, but potentially could have given a chance. That ends the fifth over, 30 for 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it was a pressure release shot.
And it looks like we're going to see a bowling change here. Potentially. Van Breeder. Scott Van Breeder wasn't available for the game on Monday. He bowls a heavy ball, does Van Breeder, that's for sure. Quite an ominous looking fast bowler. Again, having conversations with his skipper, Charles Bouchard. discussing a potential fielding change. Everyone on the offside in the ring, other than third man, just past a slightly deepish gully. Jake Dunford is up to the stumps. Also a short, fine leg in the top right corner of your screen. That's Daniel Birrell there. Deep square leg as well. Right into Dunford's gloves. Now, there's a big gap out here at mid-wicket. Deep square leg is slightly in front of square, but a stacked out offside field. Now it's up to Van Breda to bowl to it.
Yeah, absolutely. He's asking questions about trying to just bowl to the offside field.
Bit of extra bounce. Good work behind the stumps and a loose shot from Patel.
Checking up a bit, that.
Dunford definitely would not want that to be on the central line of his body. Otherwise, he could be taking it on the grill. It's our first real sign of Van Breda, and he's a big man. Not sure I'd be standing up to this guy. He's bowling with power. It's going to be a good matchup here, these two. Van Breda against Patel. Uppercut. Not under control, but it's in the gap. And there's going to be 4 more. Nepal move to 34 for 1. Is this just another sign of potentially what Jersey got wrong on Monday with the ball?
I don't think the plan is wrong. I think the execution of the delivery, just providing too much width to a batter like Kushal, who's not going to miss out on that, especially coming from a T20 background as well. He's not going to miss out on width outside off stump. So I think he needs to get tighter.
Well, he's gone too full. Is this a chance? It's Nick Greenwood who does the fielding. For a moment, he thought he was in the game there. It was always just a couple of meters beyond him, and he was moving across the turf with rapid pace. He almost forced a chance out of nothing there. But Van Breda did bring his line slightly tighter, and it brought about a potential moment. So 1 ball left in the over. Can Van Breda make something happen with Patel on strike? End of the 6th, 36 for 1. You're going at a good rate here, Nepal, but again, it feels like just every now and again, Jersey just gifting Kushal a delivery to put away.
Yeah, too many boundary balls in the first 6 for my liking. Just need to be a little bit tighter. Player of Kushal's experience will not miss out on that. Ishan on the other side, 10 of 14, capitalize where he needs to, but is slightly under the pump here because he's got Birrell coming in and bowling against him. The ball swinging away still, assisted very nicely with the breeze as it's going across the ground. But there's challenges for the left-hander.
Short down the leg side. Just glanced on his way with the pull shot. Scott Van Breda does the fielding. Big screaming cheer from Nepalese supporters. A couple of flags flying around today. It's like the away end of a football ground.
Not much to cheer though today.
We've had a few wickets, but they took a while to come, didn't they?
We've not had the speaker out as well today.
I know.
Not heard that.
Kind of think it puts you off. I'm not sure if you can pick it up on the microphones, but quite often the fans are yelling and screaming as the ball is running in. And I'm sure these players are used to the cheer and the hope towards a delivery. But when there's one person doing it, it almost seems slightly more distracting.
I'm sure the Nepal players are having come from India in the World Cup when you got 30, 40,000 people screaming Wankhede Stadium as they played England.
Yeah, they'd have been used to it there. It's well timed out into deep mid wicket. And Googe is the man again. You'd think, after a 95, just have a little moment and slip. Have a bit of time in the slip corner and take a breather.
Absolutely not. Young lad.
He's running all the yards at the minute, isn't he?
Young lad, lots of energy in the game. Might take a screamer out there, get man of the match award.
Patel advances and cracks the shot of the day through the covers. A beautiful cricket shot from Patel. And this is ominous for Jersey as the man in form is racing along to 26.
Beautiful cricket shot. For any kids that are watching or listening out there, the weight transfer, the execution of the shot, the hands going through the line of the ball, the weight distribution, using his head to get over the top of the toe. Beautiful, beautiful cricket shot.
And again, this is helped down to Van Breeder. Patel gets a single. I think what's slightly worrying is the rate Nepal are going at. And Ishan Pandey's had to force a few boundaries, but it feels everything Kushal has been given, he's put away in no time.
Yeah, Kushal's doing really well. 27 off 23 balls. Ishan just slightly behind 11 off 15. But at this stage, it's not a big worry. They've done really well so far to get to this stage.
And Birrell is back on the mark to support Isham, who's been watching Kushal Patel tuck into some slightly loose deliveries. And meanwhile, every ball he seems to get seems to be Birrell's best one. Maybe Birrell's just got a little bit more confidence bowling to the man he dismissed on Monday. But that ends the over. It's 44 for 1. And Nepal feel on top. So 7 overs gone. Just a tick over 6 runs and over at the minute, Nepal. As we have a quick look at the bowling figures, Samaroa, more than 14 from his 2. And I think it's that far right column which tells you the problem at the minute. The economy. No bowler has really been able to build up significant pressure and dot balls. And what Nepal was so good at, especially that opening spell from the likes of Sompal Kami and Hemant Dami, they bowled well in a partnership. They didn't give away too much from either end. Just a blend on it there, they Kushal. Kushal. It's like 2 more runs added. Again, it's slightly worrying signs for Jeff. It's good how you get that Nepal.
Yeah, I think wait for something, but they're doing all the right things. I mean, Phil is in the right place, sort of trying both. Stop. Not there though.
Wait. Number 23. Returning here on Wednesday. It's Scott Van Breeder. On his hands here. Try it. Now Bob Isham, who